This video is to all my folks in Africa and in Nigeria, to be specific. In the years to come, I'm going to warn you of somebody you must beware of. Beware of KEMI BADENOCH. That lady called KEMI BADENOCH, the leader of the opposition in UK, the head of the Conservative Party, KEMI BADENOCH. Beware of her in the years to come. Why am I saying you should beware of this lady? I'm going to show you just one clip out of her numerous videos where this woman is contradicted. Many hate her because of her guts, not because of the power of her elocution, but because of the candor with which she delivers it. Many say she is not diplomatic enough. Many say, well, KEMI just says things the way it is. She should have embellished, she should have subtracted, she should have added, and all that. But KEMI says no. Whether you like her or not, irrespective of your view about KEMI BADENOCH, she has become a phenomenon globally. She has become a force to reckon with. But before I show you the reason why Africa, and particularly Nigeria, must beware of this lady, let's see a few of a few things that I want to point out in this video. Here it is.
Now, the important bit. Therefore, I give notice that KEMI BADENOCH is elected as leader of the Conservative and Unionist Party. I welcome her to the stage. And it's great, isn't it great that we've got another female leader? And isn't it great that we're the first party to have a black leader of the party? Another glass ceiling shattered. But I welcome KEMI to the stage.
Thank you, everyone. And I want to start by thanking Richard Fuller for his work as our party chairman since July. And also Bob Blackman as returning officer for this contest. You and your teams have done us all a great service. Thank you. But I also want to pay tribute to everyone in the Conservative Party who has been involved in this very long campaign. It has been an experience none of us candidates will ever forget. Thank you for hosting us in your communities, in your village halls, in your pubs, and in your homes. It is the most enormous honor to be elected to this role, to lead the party that I love, the party that has given me so much. I hope that I will be able to repay that debt. There are so many people to thank. Firstly, my family, especially my husband, Hamish. Hamish, I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you for being with me every step of the way. I also want to thank Rishi. No one could have worked harder in such difficult times. Rishi, thank you for everything you did. We all wish you and your wonderful family the very best for the future. I'd also like to pay a special tribute to Robert Jenrick, who has fought a great campaign. Rob, we have all been impressed by your energy and your determination. You and I know that we don't actually disagree on very much. And I have no doubt that you have a key role to play in our party for many years to come. Thank you. I'd also like to thank all the other candidates, Priti, Mel, Tom, and James, for your kind words and your many insights. We have come through this campaign more united, and the party needs you now more than ever. The task that stands before us is tough, but simple. Our first responsibility as His Majesty's loyal opposition is to hold this Labour government to account. Our second is no less important. It is to prepare over the course of the next few years for government, to ensure that by the time of the next election, we have not just a clear set of Conservative pledges that appeal to the British people, but a clear plan for how to implement them. A clear plan to change this country by changing the way that government works. The Prime Minister is discovering all too late the perils of not having such a plan. That huge job begins today. It will seek to involve all of our colleagues in Parliament, in the Scottish Parliament, the Senate, our friends in Northern Ireland, as well as councillors and party members. But this is not just about the Conservative Party. It is about the people we want to bring back to the Conservative Party. It is about the people we need to bring into the Conservative Party. It is about what the Conservative Party needs to be over the next 5, 10, and 20 years. Our party is critical to the success of our country. But to be heard, we have to be honest. Honest about the fact that we made mistakes. Honest about the fact that we let standards slip. The time has come to tell the truth. The time has come to tell the truth, to stand up for our principles, to plan for our future, to reset our politics and our thinking, and to give our party and our country the new start that they deserve. It is time to get down to business. It is time to renew. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that was KEMI BADENOCH, the new leader of the Conservative Party, who has just been announced. She's just given her maiden speech as the Tory party leader, and she's now shaking the hands of Tory MPs. She gave her husband a hug, a kiss, and a reference as well, thanking Hamish Badenoch for his help and support. Also congratulating her opponent, Robert Jenrick, on the campaign and on what she called his energy during the long campaign between the two candidates.
See what I mean? That was vintage KEMI saying it point blankly the way it is. You see, two things I want to bring out from that video you saw. You saw how she actually eulogized and praised her opponent, her co-contestant, saying that, oh, you run a successful campaign. In fact, it was wonderful. It was good. Even though you and I don't really agree on so many things, but there are ways we do agree. And in the years to come, you are going to play a very great role in our party. That was an opposition he was talking to, the guy he just defeated. You see, when we talk about magnanimity in victory, that is one. When you talk about maturity in public relations, that is one. When we talk about understanding, not using any foul language, not hating somebody, because of how he campaigned during the campaign period, all those campaign innuendos and all that. She didn't refer to any of them, but rather, he had kind words for her opponent. That is maturity. I want you to juxtapose that with what we see in Africa, particularly in Nigeria. That's just a food for thought. Another thing you derive from that video was the way she acknowledged the fact that their party had failed. And that it is that failure they are out to rectify. For a leader to recognize and acknowledge her failure, that's a leader indeed. That's the type of leader we lack in Africa. That's the type of leader that is completely absent in Nigeria. They will never acknowledge that they have failed. KEMI says it the way it is. And some people hate her. Funny enough, those who do not like her are from her own stock, Nigerians. This is why Nigeria is the way it is. Bootlickers, lackeys, and sycophants, those who will see bad and call it good. Those who will see horrible thing and fail to call it by its name. But not KEMI. KEMI will call a spade by its name. A spade. But they would have wanted her to diplomatize it. Now, what do you want KEMI to diplomatize? For instance, when he called out the Nigerian police, are you saying the Nigerian police are not corrupt? She should diplomatize that? Are you saying that the Nigerian government knows what it's doing by spending money anyhow while people are hungry? Are you saying that the legislators in Nigeria, those called them senators, who can't even count how much they earn in a month, buy a house for concubine, buy a house for side chicks, and using bullion van to carry their money every month, whereas the real laborers, the real workers are crying home every month? Is that what you want KEMI to diplomatize? Or the fact that since independence, government of Nigeria have not been able to build any standard, hospital that can treat ordinary ear pain? That the president had to be flown abroad for tooth problem, flown abroad for ear problem, flown abroad for ordinary headache? Is that what you want KEMI to diplomatize? Or the fact that ASU, Nigerian body of universities, are perpetually on strike? Or is it the health sector that is not in coma? So what do you want KEMI to diplomatize in all this now? That we have good roads upon all the money that are being budgeted year in, year out? Talk to me. What do you want KEMI to diplomatize, to lie about? The culture that brought KEMI up, the culture that is giving KEMI all these opportunities, she can't afford to betray it. She cannot afford to betray it. So that leads me to exactly where I'm going in this video. Do not think, particularly you Nigeria, do not think because KEMI Badenoch is of Nigerian stock, a Yoruba for that matter. So, all those business of Ike, those fraudulent, Ike stuff that you do to dupe people of their hard-earned money and all that. Don't ever think that KEMI will tolerate it. KEMI no go agree. Do not think that KEMI will, because whether you like it or not, that lady you see, is going to be the next Prime Minister of Britain, all things being equal. Don't think that when he or she becomes that Prime Minister, because he's our own person, so he's not going to tolerate money laundering. KEMI no go agree. Don't ever think that KEMI is going to tolerate human trafficking. Yes. All this corruption, all those shenanigans, don't ever think that KEMI will tolerate it because is part Nigeria. You no go agree. The earlier you get that into your score, the better for you. So all the things that are against the law, don't you ever think that KEMI, because it's partly Nigeria, partly Britain, is going to tolerate Nigeria, is going to do one special law that will favor Nigeria against others. No, she will not do it. KEMI no go agree. That was the mistake the African American made in America. They thought that because Obama was African, he's going to tolerate us doing all this. He's going to forgive us if we do this. He's going to be lenient with us if we commit crime. No, they were disappointed. Yes, because standard here is standard. You follow rules. And these rules are consistent. You have to follow. Otherwise, you wouldn't have smelled the second time at all. Don't ever think that KEMI Badenoch is going to betray the system that gave her this wonderful opportunity to be where she is today. Remember, if KEMI were to be in Nigeria, she will not win local government election because in fact, they will rule it against her. Okonjo-Iweala, that is making wave in the international community today, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, will not win primaries if she contests for governorship of Anambra State. She will not win. They will not let her win. That's how bad the system is. But look at her today. So Nigeria is a country that jettisons, a country that frustrates, a country that benches her first 11. And she'll be playing her third 11. And that's why we are being ridiculed internationally. That's why we are being ridiculed everywhere we go. Because they look at us. If you are this brilliant, how come some dollars are ruling you in your country? How come? To the extent that the state governor is not able to read his budget. The budget you are presenting to the House of Assembly, you don't even know it. You don't even understand it. Then who will now accuse this guy of corruption at the end of his term? Somebody who does not even know how much he steals, for instance. All of them steal. He's not even going to be able to account for what he steals eventually. That's the type of person that is going to be governor, that is being the governor of Edo State in Nigeria now. So this is the system we run. So KEMI Badenoch no go tolerate him now. For instance, Nigeria, if you think that because KEMI Badenoch is going to grant you some leniency in terms of borrowing money bilaterally or this and that because Britain, Nigeria, you lie. KEMI no go lower standard for you. That woman, she will not tolerate it because she can't afford to betray the system that gave her that opportunity. She cannot, she will never. So do not think that this is our own. No, you have to go to her like any other country. They will look at you at your face value. They will look at what you qualify for. She's not going to give anything to somebody that is less qualified. If you, Nigerian government, continue to spend recklessly, prodigally, I think that because KEMI is of Nigerian stock, is going to do something that will favor your economy while you are still stealing, KEMI no go agree. You better know all this now. And to all of you who are in Britain and those who are intending to go there, thinking that our person is there, a big person there, don't deceive yourself. You better be qualified to apply for any job. You better do the way things are done so that you don't go to jail. Otherwise, that KEMI go jail you now. Don't say I didn't tell you. A word is enough for the wise. That is why this person you see here is the only peacemaker who comes to peace table with weapon of mass destruction, because he says it the way it is, point blankly, without caring whose else is God. That is Dr. Femi Adegbulu on point blank. Don't forget what I tell you, Kemi no go gree. So, till I come your way again, I urge you to stay out of trouble so that we can meet in peace. And if you are just new to this platform, I urge you to subscribe, because you have juicy video that you listen to every time I upload. As you subscribe, press the notification button too, so that you can be the first to get my video when it comes out. Till then, I remain Dr. Femi Adegbulu. Stay blessed. Bye.